Hello and welcome to my channel. This is a showcase of one of the advent calendars that I made this year, and I didn't I didn't quite meet my goal of the number of advent calendars I was hoping to make this year. I kind of lost some steam and then got busy with other things, and so my plan B is, instead of advent calendars for the folks who I was originally planning on making calendars for but didn't, I'll do a 12 days of Christmas style of advent. So basically it'll be like half the size. Since the 12 days of Christmas start after Christmas, then I have basically still almost a full month to make those, or at least a few weeks. And so I think that's going to be my plan B. But I did manage to get this one finished right in the nick of time. This is gonna, I'm filming this right before I need to put it in the mail. And the top here, I just have this bow that I made with some hot glue and some glitter ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And I kind of like how this one turned out. I've got like a little bit of a double bow going on here. So this style of advent, I do have a tutorial for it. It's my exploding box advent calendar. I'll link to that in the description box in the upper right if you're curious to see how to make this. It won't be this exact one, but basically the structure is going to be the same. There are some differences, notably this panel here is empty, where the other three have the 8 boxes to make up the 24 boxes in the advent. The other version that is in my tutorial, all 4 panels have boxes, so each panel has 6 boxes. The reason why I created this design was originally I was planning on for folks who have kids in their family, I was going to use this 4th panel to actually create a little bit of a scene where I can actually use this die set that I have. And I have a couple of variations. They were from Scrapbooking Made Simple. And the concept was, in one die cut, you have multiple frames connected. And there was a version with 4 frame openings, one with 3. I think I got the 3 and the 4 frame openings. Maybe there was a third one. I don't remember. But I thought that it would be cute to use this 4th panel and that die cut in order to actually put photos of the kids in that family. Because I have siblings with like one sibling has 4 kids, another sibling has 3 kids, and my other sibling has 2 kids. So I thought that would be like a cute way of just really personalizing the advent for that family, and maybe like a little hint that the advent calendar is for the kiddies to enjoy all the chocolates. That didn't pan out, so this one instead I used some really pretty pattern paper, a die cut sentiment in glitter to go with the glitter bow that's on the outside, so bringing some of that in. Then some of the embellishments that are on the boxes here. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law sent me so many fun little embellishments for different holidays throughout the season, and for Christmas they sent me a ton. And I thought these advent calendars would be a really great way to use them, because some of them are rather dimensional, kind of like the tree here, and there's a snowman down here. I guess they're plastic, but they're almost, I think, 1/4 of an inch thick. So in this application, it's great because it's getting shipped in a box and it's part of a box, and so all of that dimension just makes it even more fun. But they are hard to use on cards, so that's why I pulled them out, and they really spruce up this whole, inside of the advent. So really love how that turned out. The numbers, I have been really enjoying using the Paper Discovery Rustic Christmas die set that I have, that I recently got. so far I've used that and haven't even built the Christmas village yet from that collection. But the numbers are fantastic because you have individual dies for all the numbers 1 through 31, like the whole month, not just for Advent. And so it's really nice and fast to get all of these numbers die cut. It was like super fantastic for Advent, and anything that makes Advent calendars easier or faster, I'm all for. Okay, so then the other thing, if you saw my exploding box tutorial, I had originally bought these like bottle brush kind of trees, and the one I got, I guess I just didn't read the size, and I didn't really have this built yet, so I didn't know the scale I would need, but they're like tiny in scale compared to the inside of this box. So I did some shopping on Amazon and I got this one. And to attach it, you can see it kind of wobbling here. It's just attached with like a little sort of 1/4 inch maybe Velcro dot. And even though this is mounted on a bit of wood or something that looks like wood, I created my own faux wood panel here. So this is heavyweight chipboard, colored cardstock that's been embossed, and I used this Biggs die. It's a Tim Holtz one. It's 664232, and what's awesome is that it actually has the Biggs die that will cut out 2 size of these sort of wood slices, and then you also get like in the same bundle you get the embossing folder to give it all that texture and detail of the rings of the tree. And so you have those 2 as well. This is not, it would have been nice if this was a cut and emboss so that you could, just in one pass have the wood slice for the pretty, top layer, cut and emboss at the same time. But what I did was I cut first the, heavyweight chipboard separate, then I cut the solid color cardstock. So those are 2 separate pieces. The solid color cardstock I then lined up into the embossing folder, which isn't that hard because there's this piece right here. If you have this set, that stands out. It's really prominent. And so I always look for that, and that's how I line it up. And I haven't used the small one yet, but on the small one, that would be the equivalent. So I really think it's clever that I'm guessing that's not by mistake. I'm guessing that they've made just, one area very prominent so that it's really easy to line this up, because you do have to cut it separately and then put that die cut into here in the right position so that you get it lined up correctly. And once I had that embossed, then I just distressed the edges with some distress oxide. I think I have walnut stain, but you can use any of the browns, vintage photo, for example. And then that just picks up, all the extra detail. And it's funny because when I showed it to my husband, he was like, "Oh, that's cool. What did you make that from?" And I told him paper. and he was really surprised. He had to like pick it up and touch it. So I think it just looks really amazing. And the reason why I have it attached with a Velcro dot is because I don't imagine that the Advent calendar, at least my feelings wouldn't be hurt if they didn't keep it year after year and refilled it. But I think that bottle brush tree is kind of nice, and they could maybe incorporate that into some of their Christmas decorations if they wanted. I wouldn't be hurt if they didn't keep that either, but I wanted to give them the option to save that bit. So that's why it's attached with just a bit of Velcro instead of being permanently glued down. So that is my Advent calendar exploding box version 2. And if you didn't catch it, I do have a tutorial for the advent calendar bag where I use some die sets from Simply Made Crafts to create a bag style of advent calendar. So I'll link to that tutorial in the upper right hand corner as well. And when I do make the 12 days of Christmas version of these Advent projects, I'll post tutorials for those as well. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you like this video, please consider liking, commenting, and sharing. And if you want to catch new videos as I publish them, click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Thanks so much. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye.